Okay. Namaste, great souls. Always wonderful to connect with you. And yes, of course, the theme of the new year, whether, we consciously make affirmations or resolutions or wishes, there's I feel a natural reflection on the past year and perhaps a focus on the new year that you would like, a quality or qualities you would like. I would like to bring in, which Yoga Union is all about, partnering with the divine. Partnering, that's my theme. I'm trying to embrace moment by moment, day by day, that there's something bigger going on here than me and my ego and wants and needs. And I find it's much more fun that way to to share, whether you call that source, God, goddess, whatever that is for you, because it doesn't feel like we're, heavy lifting alone on one level, and it's playful, and it just feels better. It's what the practice is about, and what I read of the Bhagavad Gita returns to that over and over again, that we are not the doer, even though the ego has so much habit and conditioning to feel like it is the doer, but there's something much bigger coming through us. So we're going to, as we do in our classes and in our lives, invoke that. And how do we do that? A big part is inviting that energy in, talking as if you were to a friend, partnering with spirit. So, and as we use our affirmations today, we want to feel that those qualities are a gift from the divine. So those are several big ways to approach partnership with the divine as a theme, and the joy of that. So without talking about it further, we will practice together. So I'm going to back it up. And sitting comfortably. Okay. So doing a classic pranayama, Nadi Shodham, alternate nostril breathing. So as we're doing this breath practice, not only, are you doing it, but that you're sharing it with the divine. As we do alternate nostril breathing, so how we do this is we have the ring finger and little finger, if you can, together. Sometimes it's hard for people, so you can do it like this, thumb out. And I'm just going to explain one round, and we'll do about 4 or 5 rounds together. We'll close the right nostril. We'll inhale through the left, hold both nostrils, say to the count of 5, and then exhale through the right. And we'll just keep circling like that several rounds with the divine interplay of breath, pranayama, where's it coming from, and through this body, this vehicle. Okay? First, just exhale completely through the mouth. Shoulders soften. And then taking your right thumb on the right nostril, slow inhale through the left. 2, 3, 4, 5. Close both nostrils, focus at the spiritual eye. 4, 5. Exhale through the right nostril. 3, 4, 5. Close that nostril, inhale through the left. 2, 3, 4, 5. Close both nostrils, focus at the spiritual eye, gently hold. 4, 5. Exhale through the right nostril. 3, 4, 5. Change the count if it works for you. Inhale through the left. 3, 4, 5. Hold both nostrils. Focus at the spiritual eye. 4, 5. Exhale through the right. 3, 4, 5. Another round. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Close both nostrils. 5. Exhale through the right. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then just breathe through both nostrils. Feel the cool air coming into the spiritual eye. The two become one, and the warm cooked air coming out of both nostrils. So full yogic breathing here. Belly, heart, throat, crown opens. And then the exhale, crown, throat, heart, belly. Just luxuriate in the breath, and the doer, it feels like we're doing it when we're doing practices, but we're inviting that divine consciousness, awareness, source, whatever you call that, to move you, to move through you and to move you in partnership. You're doing the alternate nostril, it's both together, working together. Okay. All right. We'll continue with the breath and movement practice throughout, of course. This is the yoga, hatha yoga, bringing the hands to the heart, the circle of joy. Circle of joy. We could do it seated, and if I remember, we'll also do it standing. So exhaling. Exhale, round the spine, press the palms out in front of you, tuck the chin to the hollow at the throat. Inhale, sweep the arms up, but then ease those shoulders down. Then a slight bend of the elbows. Feel the space all around you. Reach behind you or interlock if possible. Big heart opener, throat opener, eye gaze up. Opening to joy, opening to that divine joy as we exhale. It's within us and all around us. And so however you bring that in, I'm bringing it in through the Namaste hands. And then resting in Eagle Heart Mudra. Feeling the fullness of the life force. What is animating your form and all forms? See that connection, that union of yoga. It'll be very alive for you. Or invoke that if it's not alive for you right now. You're drawing, opening to it. Okay. Now release the hands, and a little differently, we're going to start standing and do that breath of joy again, to see that we could do the standing and add a few extra poses in there. Out of the way, make sure you have your block, breath, weight if you like. So I'm going to root down, yield into the earth. Imagine a big crystal in the center of the earth, supporting you, supporting us all. And we're going to do that breath of joy, standing, circle of joy. Bring the hands to the heart. Exhale, rounded spine. Knees bend. Inhale, sweep up. Lengthen and grow. And then exhale, feel the space all around you. Interlock, heart opening. Squeeze the tension on the shoulders. Throat opening. And then exhale, collect and gather. Divine life is within me and all around me. Bring it into Namaste hands. And then let's just keep flowing gently. Then we'll add half moon to this. So inhale. Radha Chandrasana, interlock, lengthen and grow, and then arc it over to the right. Every affirmation as a gift from the divine. Strength and courage fill my body cells. Strength and courage fill my body cells. Feel your ribs opening. The life force, the power, divine friendship As you inhale and lengthen and grow. Add the cactus arms. Expands. And then back. See our half moon, our Chandrasana to the left. And arm over. That right side really opens out. And we open to strength and courage. Fill my body cells. So as we affirm, we start lightly. Go a little softer. Strength and courage. Fill my body cells. Feeling it outwardly. One more quietly. And so be part of partnering up is opening to, asking and then listening as we exhale through the space all around us again. Interlocking. Now we're going to come into a forward fold. The feet are hip width apart. Slide bend to the knees. Exhale. Hold. Knuckles into the sky and inhale. Around the hips with the birds. Squeezing the tension out. Compressing in a good way, hopefully the internal organs. And then we sweep the arms into a full body stretch, into downward facing dog. So really open up the palms of the hands, step the feet back. Now tread it out. Keep magnetizing the heart toward the thighs. The divine partnership. If you want to flow, then the knees create that ripple effect. And whatever quality you're really, the theme is partnering with the divine, but then if the quality we'd like to activate is peace or calmness, affirm that. Peace radiates through every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. Really spread the toes, feel the space between each vertebra. And then transitioning into a forearm plank. Adding some strength. That was a strength pose too, but really feeling the heels reaching back. You can go forward and back. Opening up the points of the feet. And then come on top of the knees and starting in our mini back bend, the Sphinx. So pressing into the tops of the feet, opening the heart. Opening again and again to the joy of divine partnership. And we'll go into our locust. We'll bring our arms down by our side. Flip something here. Oh, that's okay. We're going to bring our arms down by our side. Forehead touches, spiritual eye touches the earth. And in our locust series, Salavasana, we're going to start lifting the right leg up. Inhale, pulse it up. And we're soaring, if you choose to reach the arms up too, on wings of joy. And then we exhale and soften. You guessed it, the left leg up. Inhale, pulse it. And upper body and the arms if you choose. Breathe in deeply. I soar upward. Wings of joy. Let your wings of joy open up in the scapula and the heart. Throughout the arms. And then exhale. Now, if you can, okay, let's take rest here. If you can, bring both legs, and some of us will be able to interlock, others it's more appropriate to reach the arms by your side. See what works for you as you take your locust Salavasana fully upward. Inhale. You don't have to lift high with the legs. Interlock. If possible, reach up, lift the heart and squeeze, open the shoulders even more. As you're soaring upward on your wings of joy and divine partnership, you're not alone in this. Life flowing through your veins. Could it be other than divine? And exhale, soften. Now we fully rest for a moment. Large toes touch, heels apart. Resting at the spiritual eye. We're learning more and more to live at this point between the eyebrows. That's where we're non-dual in connection. And connection is doing us. It's more like it. But we have to open. That's the key. We have to ask and open. Oh, yogic breath. Really feel the comfort of the earth supporting you. Lots of moisture here in Northern California. And now we're going to rise up into King Cobra. Feet hip width apart. Hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale. You come up halfway. 3/4 of the way or all the way with the knees off the ground, shoulders down. You know, I like to have lion's breath. Taking out the tongue, opening up. Opening up to this day. As you open and see what you can have a little twist if you want. Not while the tongue is out though. What this day will bring as we partnership with the divine in it. See how it may feel different unless you're doing that all the time. Fantastic. Knees touch. And puppy pose for our transition, turning the toes under, stretching the arms out. This is always an option if downward dog, for whatever reason, isn't working in your body. You could do puppy. Or we could transition, staying there, or transition to full expression of cat, cow, and then down dog. Scoop it out. So I cue this a lot in the classic way on the knees and rounded spine. But this one we can also do standing, which I'll show you in a moment. So feel it in your body now. Neutral spine to transition, lift those knees off the earth. Couple breaths here. And then pour it back. Downward facing dog. Keep treading or stabilizing as you invoke the quality that you're affirming. Calmness, peace, radiate through every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. And then take it more quietly, more inwardly. You want to make small circles with the head, stabilize the legs and arms as you affirm calmness, radiate through every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. Okay. Step one foot forward, then the other. Walk, walk, walk the hands back, resting, Uttanasanas, massaging the scalp, softening that ego tendency to just feel like it's got to do it all alone. There's a doer, we're supported. Wake my brain, be wise, be strong. Strength of connection, the spirit. And then we bend the knees into Uttanasana chair pose. It's a strong pose, so we want to feel the strength of the legs, the sweeping back of the arms, the core strength. As we rise upward, lift the toes a bit. Sweep back, see what happens if you look at a point on the floor and lift the heels. We're just adding to this if you choose, or you can stay grounded. Heels touch, toes lift. And then one more time, swiping a feeling of doing it alone. The heavy lifting and alone on the raft doing it all. We're supported. We're supported with each other in our class today. And in many ways, as we rise up, woo, and feel the space all around you. Swirl it. Starting from the hips and then moving up to the chest and the shoulders. So before we go into classic mountain pose, let's do a cat-cow standing. So like we did circle of joy seated, we could do circle of joy standing, we could do cat-cow standing. So we bend our knees and we exhale around the spine. So I'm going to have my fingers in toward the inner thighs. Inhale, open the heart, lift up, scoop it up. Exhale, round. Inhale, scoop up. So remember to take the various poses when possible in different applications, standing, lying down, seated. So many transfer to the different planes. All right, coming up. And now we do our classic mountain pose and rooting down, yielding into the earth, feel light, find and supporting you, energy, growth, green, perhaps color. And on the belly, and on the heart. What is this life flowing through my veins? Can it be other than divine? It's a chant. Say it over and over again, or we could sing it. What is this life flowing through my veins? Can it be other than divine? Okay, we bring others onto our mat. Anybody would like to invite for healing energy or protection, for strength? Visualizing with the spiritual eye. We're going to tap into the spiritual eye, invoking that protection for them as well, and connecting to the higher consciousness within us all. Crown. Inhale. And we're going to do eagle arms and Virabhadrasana 1. Okay, what this looks like is the right elbow underneath the left if possible. If not, it's like this. Okay. So eagle arms, Garandasana arms, eagle arms, but warrior legs. So I'm going to step it back so that the right leg is coming back and the left knee is forward. And I'm bending that left knee, rooting down, left knee over the second toe, some type of direction there. Yes, okay. Now, this is all right. We're going to add to it. We're going to inhale and open the heart. And then we're going to exhale and come forward. Look at it, put on the floor. And then we're going to add the affirmation for Garandasana arms. At the center of life's storms, I stand serene. At the center of life's storms, I stand serene. In this one more upliftment. And again, if you, of course, maybe we're not able to at the center during it, but at some point we can come back. We can go back to that divine nature. I'm sorry. From here, unraveling the lot, open the heart. If you can, interlock and come forward again. But pulsing, let's think of this as pulsing. We're not staying long. Then we're inhaling, we're coming up with the legs straight. One more time, bending the knee. It's too much to interlock, hands to be at the hips. tune my will, source of all power. That's how we ever draw us from one affirmation. Now from here, we release into a deeper lunge. So we rotate off of that back heel. Keep strong to that leg, that right leg. Inhale, lifts the heart, lifts the head. And then think of coming on top of the knee and shimmy shake in the hips. Deeper hip opening here. Feels like a bit of a rest, but it's intense. It's wonderful, wonderful hip opening with a lat class, right? And then we walk perhaps our right hand inside of that right thigh, maybe bring the left forearm down or right forearm down, then left, and roll onto the little toe side of the foot. Hydrate. Hydrate the hip opening. Okay, and we'll keep flowing. Before we go to the other side, we'll keep flowing with bringing that left knee into hugging our shoulder. Okay, and as we transition, we're going to reach that leg, come off of the knee, step that right foot forward, and just drape over into our pyramid. You can use blocks here. Left hip back, right hip forward. Opening, I open to the flow of grace. You notice the affirmations, these are from Ananda and teachings of Yogananda. We open to the flow of grace. That's another way of expressing the divine partnership. Take it more quietly. Open to the flow of grace. And then bending your left knee. We're going to do our classic vinyasa transition. Stepping back to plank. Taking your time. One forearm down, then the other. Great for the abs, by the way. And then come on top of the knees. Give your plank as you reset. Sphinx pose. Opening. Wings of joy. As we come into Cobra, Bhujangasana, your variation, rising up. Tops of the feet press down. I'm just getting a little locus in between here before I rise up. And greet this day in the most open-hearted way. In the most open-hearted way, you guessed it, is with divine friendship. Opening to the divine within. Okay, and then let the knees touch. And let's keep flowing. So we're going to add that cat. Stretch, rounded spine, walk the hands back. Lift it out, vinyasa flowing from one pose to the next with awareness. Presence. Lift off. Forward back. As I tune in and open up, I'd like to have a breath of fire, add some heat on this cooler time of the year. So we're going to exhale 10 times, draw the navel to the spine, exhale through the nostrils. Slow it down. Excellent. Walk one foot then the other forward, one hand and the other toward the foot, resting at the palms of the hands at the elbows to release any kind of pressure build up of the wrist. Relaxing any unnecessary mental burdens. Let them go. Just to deal with what you need to deal with supporting you. With the divine friendship spirit. We come up, we sweep The arms back, open the toes. Uttasana. Sweeping the arms up. See if we can come off the heels. Look at a point in front of you. See how that engages the legs more, much more. We're already engaged, but even more so. And then rising up. And you know, arms and foot down. Oh, yield and feel the space all around you. Look around you. I don't know if you have windows that it's great to see trees and nature. Okay. I'm coming back to our mountain pose when you're ready. Bringing in others to a mat that we'd love to share this healing energy with. Visualize them at the spiritual eye. We'll do our combo Garandasana, warrior one, legs to the other side. So eagle arms, eagle expanding, left elbow underneath the right. This time, if you can, or some variation. Right foot forward, left foot back. Pretty big stance, wide stance here. Open, meaning having the feet wide enough so that you don't feel you're going to lose your balance. Okay? And we're going to affirm the Garandasana affirmation, the eagle arm affirmation, as well as the warrior one affirmation. So we inhale, we pulse up, and you can hold on to the shoulders. Exhale, round. And then at the center of life storm, or in the middle of life storms, I find my center. I stand serene. The center of life storms. I'm working toward keeping my inner balance, my inner connection. It's not you doing it alone. And in this pose, don't feel like you're doing it alone. I'm the center of life's storms, of life's challenges. I am connected. And we do two of these, and then we open up. We open up, and we reach behind us. Open the toes of the front foot. Add that back bend. And then the forward fold. Eye gaze is always important when we're moving like this. Drishti focus, slowly coming up. I attune my will to the source of all power. Exhale, fold. Attune my will to the source of all power. As we rise up, it's meant to be strong. Therese here, be compassionate with yourself. Release the arms up, and then we come forward. You stretch through that left leg, lunge, and come on top of the left knee. And we're going to shimmy shake it. Walk your right hand in. Side to side here. You don't have to do that big wave with the knee unless you want that deeper hip opening. So you can settle, big, giving ourselves the experience of deep divine connection with something greater than our own ego self during the pose. You want to come down onto the forearm, that's going to create a deeper opening that closer you out to the earth. The deeper those hip, especially that right hip will open. Again, every breath, individual self connecting to something greater, whatever that is to you, whatever your image or deity or nature, whatever that is to you, presence, awareness. And we come back. And we're going to transition into the pyramid pose. So, from off of that left knee, step the foot in a bit. I'm going to bend the knee and come up right. We can drape over from the ground up, but it feels more expansive to me to come up, draw that right hip back, the left hip forward, and then drape over. Maybe it starts out by saying the words, but then we want to feel open to the flow of grace. To bow to the wisdom of the heart. Open to the flow of grace. Calling of the mind naturally and bow to the wisdom of the heart for the blood flow cleansing the brain. Okay, with the front of the toes. And rather than do a whole flow, we'll continue to deepen the hip opening here. By bending the knee. And then stepping back. Spreading it out. And then if possible, this may not be possible, I understand that. See if we can lift the right leg up and three-legged dog. Just a minute here. So the right leg lifts. Just enough to bend the knee and see if we can bring it into the hinge. So I'm coming forward here. The knee between the hands. Roll the back toes. That. Give one space. You can sit on a blanket, right? Heart open. Or towel, a deep hip opener, and back bend. You can apply your logic comments. And then see if you want to bring this right foot forward or not. And then we take a rest. You unfurl and step one hand in front of the other. Try to keep it across into the tendency to sink onto that right cheek. You know, the brain likes to just can't help itself to go in the past and future, but we train it when we can. Releasing the past, releasing the future, resting in the eternal now. Rest in the eternal now, that divine support is here. See where you can soften. And I'm going to rise up. So 3, 4, 5 breaths there. Beautiful intervention as we rise up. And then we want to come on to that right cheek here. As we sweep our leg into Jani Shirshasana. So the left leg comes forward. And the right knee is bent, and we're going to just add a bit of a twist, gently bringing that right wrist to the right knee. So we're lined up to extend over that left leg. Hands to the heart again, to the spiritual eye. Take your time here. Have your strap if you like ready. Because first we're just going to go with the straight spine. Okay. And lift the heart. And then fold over. Then we go with the rounded spine. This is where you may want to draw it. Yeah. and use your strap. And as you're resting and breathing and strengthening and lengthening, I'm going to read the affirmation. I am made of God's substance. That is a true substance within me and everyone and everything. I am health. I am success. I am peace. Then from Yogananda's healing prayers. I am made of God's substance. That is the only substance which exists. Therefore, I'm health. I am success. I am peace. Now inhale, and we're going to come up. And just sweep the arms up. And then exhale, open the arms and the heart wide. And draw our right knee in. And then we're going to squeeze and soak and twist even deeper. So as we're doing the twist, really feel the lower chakra energy, first, second, third chakra, all this twisting, internal organs twisting. And then maybe really that squeezing and soaking the ganga out. But then what happens as we bring our hand behind us, the heart, you can really feel how the heart expands open. So inner twist, we want to affirm right now, I'm safe, I'm sound, my heart is expanding open. Open to feel that divinity within, to feel that within myself and within others. And this is our classic twist. And then we come back and then we do what's called an open twist. So what the open twist is, we bring our right elbow inside that right knee and twist the heart. Again, we're twisting out the first, second, third chakra, and then feeling an openness of the heart in this direction with the left hand behind you. Right now, I'm safe and sound. All the things come to me to bring peace in this moment. Okay, and then the final part of this, coming back, this may not be available to everybody, and be mindful of your knees here. First, just shake it out a little bit, but we want to do a deep quad stretch. This is really great if you've been sitting a lot. See what can happen with this right knee bending and seeing if we could bring that calf to our side, roll the flesh of the calf. Sometimes it's nice to have a bolster back here or your forearms. We're not going to be here too long. Okay. Deep quad stretch, possibly bringing one forearm back, then the other. Meditate on the sound of the breath. The opening sensations in the body, the life force, the divine life force within you, fueling you right now, safe and sound. Opening to peace, health, success. What does success mean to you? You mean a lot of things. That's a whole book. Several books are written on it. Notice what comes up for you right now. And then slowly coming up. Oh. Flow as we bring our knee in. We're gonna shake it out. Do the whole flow to the other side. So we'll flow into it. So we bend the knees. And before we do the whole deal, let's add some core here, Navasana. Left leg extends. Exhale through the mouth. Knee the knee and switch. 4 to 6 times. Keep the heart lifted. Make sure you balance it out and lift and roll onto the ball of the feet. Transitioning, walking the hands, opening up. You can use a bolster. This is kind of nice. It's here. Bring the floor closer. If your neck's okay, go back. Otherwise, tuck the chin. And then walk the hands forward. And you guessed it, first our Uttanasana, our forward fold. And then we step back to our three-legged dog, if possible. Three-legged dog, inner borders of the feet together. And the reaffirmation, the gift from the divine, connection to the divine. As we lengthen up. And lift that left leg, bend the left knee. And we bring the left knee toward the chest, into our pigeon. So the foot comes out to the side, sliding that leg out, the right leg out. And shake the shoulders, which will also move into the hips. Remember to use a blanket underneath the left cheek. So starting with that wide open heart, back bend, and then coming forward, exhale. Resting the hands at the spiritual eye. Past and future planning will come in. That's what the brain does. You note it, you tag it, and you come back to the eternal now. Resting in the eternal now. Partnering with the divine. And rising up. Inhale, coming up. Great. And then we come on to that left cheek for our Jani Shirshasana transition, sweeping this right leg forward. We could use a blanket to sit on the sit bones if it's feeling you want support there, no problem. Support, definitely. Left hand on left knee, twisting, feeling the toes back of the right foot, activating the hamstring more. And then coming to the upper body in line with that extended leg, first with the straight spine, tapping into the spiritual eye, the crown, lengthening up, and then reaching forward, perhaps with the strap around the ball of the foot. Start lifting first. And then give the ease and round over. Right now, I am safe, I am sound, and have peace. And taking in that affirmation as a gift from the divine. I am made of God's substance. That is the only substance which exists. And therefore, I am health. I am success. I am peace. Of course, you could put in I am made of goddess substance or source substance. That is the only substance which exists, that animates everything, including my body. Therefore, I am health, success, and peace. Feel that everywhere, but especially in your spiritual eye. I'm going to go inward deeper. Inhale, lengthening up. Sweeping the arms up. And over, drawing that left knee in. And you can have it on the inner thigh, or you can take it to the outer thigh. I don't know if I said that last round. But the main thing is a deep twisting toward that upright bent knee. So that deep twist is the first, second, third chakras, squeezing and radiating the heart open. You know that open expansion of the heart radiating much bigger than our bodies, right? That expanse of the energy of the heart. See if you can feel it open much greater than our physical form. And then we come back. And then for the opposite side twist, I'm going to place my foot on the inside of the thigh and then bring that same elbow on the inside of the knee and then twist to the other side. So that forward twist, the right hand's behind us now. Over the shoulder. But the focus is that radiation open to soul friends everywhere. My life is in me and all around me. It's radiating out, most feeling wise in the heart center. Feel that divine connection. So first maybe we say it for a while, and then perhaps you actually feel it. Okay, coming back. And here's a fun quad stretch. So if it's okay for your knee, if not any pose that you'd like, go for it. Bring that knee down and roll the flesh of the calf out to the side. Just know you can do this as a restorative pose as well with the bolster. We'll bring, I'll show up and on the bolster. Arms before. Back here. So one forearm down and the other, I'm not sitting on the bolster, the cheeks are on the ground. And then maybe the lower that you go, the more you feel the opening. You breathe into it. Mudra, thumb, index finger, individual self, universal self, uniting with the individual self, connecting. So we'll do it, mantra will do it, affirmation, awareness, breath. And one forearm and the other up. Good. Drawing that knee in. And shaking it out. Okay. Let's do a back release series. We really haven't done a lot on the back today. Standing poses and these twists. Twists are so good for transformation and opening of the heart. So we're lifting the heart, we're lifting the head, and then we're rounding the spine. Another way to do cat-cow, right? The spine. And then we're going to shimmy shake down. Low back, mid back, upper back, squeeze the knees in to the shoulders, inner borders of the feet together, hands on the knees, circle. 2 times, 2 or 3 times in each direction. So I'd like to do a twist in one direction, then a bridge, and then a twist in the other direction. Real simple twist. Feet are wide on the outer corners of the mat.
Arms are out to the side in the T pose. And the knees drop over to the right. Head or the left. And then sweep this right arm up. And then over. Divine life is within me and all around me. Really affirming that as a theme, as the theme for our lives, not only for a year. Now notice what happens. No, you can't get it wrong. And then bring this left arm up and around. So if you forget, oh, which arm and you're in your own practice, it's okay. Even when you're going to do a shoulder release. One might feel more comfortable to you than the other, for sure. Engage the core. Reset. Before we go to bridge in the other side, we'll just do a little ab strengthener here. Feet flex back, knees in line with the hips. And the arms by your side. And we're going to, well, let's do the bilateral. Change your midstream, it's so good for the brain. Left leg extends, right arm reaches back. Keep the low back plugged in. Switch. Left arm back, right leg forward. Now, if you want to add more core intensity, you lift the head onto the shoulder, so that activates even more. Toes peel back, opposite arm, opposite leg. See if you got two more in you. If not, just take a rest. Try to not bring that knee closer than the hips. One more time. Low back plugged in. And switch. You pull it out. And bend the knees to the chest. Excellent. Okay. Flex and extend. Ready for bridge. Plug in the feet, large toes slightly in. Or all the toes slightly in, actually. And now press to the feet. Start to lift the hips up. Substitute bridge pose. Again and again, using our thoughts, using our minds to tune into that eternal light. And pour down and encompass my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, is connected to that eternal light. Inner thighs magnetizing toward one another. Could stay in classic bridge. You could bring the hands up and circle like a small, medium-sized plate here. Shoulder release when you do this. And then simultaneously feel the energy sinking into the central channel. Down, 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 down to the low back touches. Take a moment here, full yogi breath. Belly, heart, throat, round. It's okay if it just gets to the heart center, and then exhale back to the belly. Breathe. Wide twist with the legs, feet hip width apart on the outer corners of the mat. Arms out in the T, and knees go to the left. Head to the right. No, we can't get this wrong with our arm movement. If you choose to do the arm up, notice again, as we twist, maybe not as dramatic as that seated twist with all the cleansing, but it's still going on in a more subtle way. And then the heart's open, and we sweep that right arm out. And divine affirm. Divine life is within me and all around me. Affirmation is a gift from the divine. Using the individual self. 2 or 3, and then notice the difference with the opposite arm. Divine life is within me and all around me. Say it more quietly, maybe even more inwardly. Engage the core. And just come up. Reset here. Happy baby. Elbows knees into the shoulders, lift the feet up, climb up the calves. Maybe you touch the inner arches of the feet, maybe not. The main thing is to release and rock side to side, release the low back. Massage the internal organs in so many different ways that we've done today. How I am success, I am peace. And made from the goddess substance. And take a moment here. And reclining butterfly, make sure the shoulders ease away from the ears, and placing my hands on the belly. Wherever you'd like, my heart and belly. And breathe. What is this life flowing through my veins? Can it be other than divine? What is this power flowing through my will? Can it be other than divine? I am one with the infinite Om. In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one. I am one with the infinite Om. To chant from Lebanon. And then tune in. What would feel great for as you slowly draw your thighs in, you can do the tension release, the trauma release, take your time here, but tune into what would feel the best for you for Shavasana, for deep relaxation. More, again, we know it's more than deep relaxation, it's a tune into our true nature and the divine self that we partner with. Continue to hopefully as you tune in and see what would make you this cozy, most comfortable. As it lights up the wall, is it classic Shavasana? Is it on the belly maybe? I'm going to grab a drink and get cozy myself and guide us through Shavasana, dying to only this ego self, only the little me. This are used to doing, but we want to tune into the being. That's those who were, however language works for you. Okay, yeah. All right, so settling and making yourself, maybe one little movement to make yourself that much more comfortable. And we'll go from the crown, from the top down. Letting your scalp relax deeply. Softening, opening and allowing the life force, true essence. Open up. Think of putting your ego literally to rest, giving it a break. Sometimes I imagine putting my ego in on the couch and letting it take a rest, so our higher self can flow more freely.
course, we need our ego in various ways, but for now, we can let it rest. We can rest the eyes, and rest the jaw. Feel the next several breaths, the cool air coming in through the nostrils, coolness of the spiritual eye. And the warm, cooked air coming out of the nostrils. The light, gentle focus of the spiritual eye. You might see light there, you may not, but just nothing, a gentle concentration there. Noticing sensation inside the mouth, the gums, the teeth. Relaxing the root of the tongue. And hearing that oceanic sound, most audible in the throat. It's like those waves, the sound of the waves rising and falling. Can't be separate from the ocean. Although our individual self at times can feel separate, we are connected to the vast ocean, vast spirit. Feeling if you're laying on your back or wherever surface you're lying on, that area getting more heavy, supported. Radiant sensation streamlining through both arms. Both legs. Breathing deeply into the heart center, heart chakra. Again, allowing space for it all, the ventilation to happen completely and deeply, or the ceiling, the sidewalls of the chest. And we'll do this practice of visualizing, or you can either say it gently out loud or inwardly. I am. And then you say your first name. And notice what happens when we release the first name. And we return to I on the inhale, am on the exhale. We did several rounds. I on the inhale, am on the exhale. And you might want to put in or not, spirit, I am spirit, I am divine, and just see how that feels, or stay with the I am. See what's more true to you. Name you're given. Something much deeper. Breathing into the belly and the low back and the lungs and the ribs, continuing to deepen into the truth of who you are. Spirit in this form, in this particular form. Is this life flowing through my veins? Can it be other than divine? I am one with the infinite knowing. Resting in the deepest truth, the true nature. You are one with the infinite knowing. Thy light and thy love and thy joy, I am one. I am one with the infinite all. And just notice if this is a time for you or not to return to movement. You are returning to movement. You do so gradually. Wiggling the fingers and toes, perhaps. Resting on your side. In that deep nourishment, deep connection. Infinite Om, and you are one. And pretty soon the mind will take over. Let's anticipate that. The ego will try to exert its habit and forget perhaps that it's connected and it's the doer. But we have practices to help us return again and again. Again, affirmation, mantra, breath, one or two poses. Help us to keep sinking and linking to what is true, what is the deepest truth of our nature. And we are going to send healing energy to others in the 3-syllable Om sound, visualizing them at the spiritual eye, one person, a group of persons, or the planet itself, or all of it, all of them. I'm going to rub and generate some heat, sending this healing energy that we've received. We're a clear channel now. We could send it at any point, but it's best when we're a clear channel to others. Inhaling. Inhale again. And one more time. Bringing the hands in Namaste, acknowledging the divine awareness within you and within everyone and everything. That's where we are one. And that consciousness that we've really expressed today throughout the practice. I'm going to stop the recording.